Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. If one didn't, do you hear well? If, yeah, like that. Oops. If one didn't feel a sense of separation or something missing, he would never search. He would never search. So it's exactly that. What's called Advaita, or the true nature, which is already there. But it's when it's realized that there is no separation with this and that. Actually, the separation is only made by the mind. So everything will look the same. Only the sense of separation of someone can disappear. So, nothing much else to say, but I am very happy to hear you. Because in the end, when one teaches us, if we speak all the time of illusion and reality, it reinforces the double, the separation. Actually, if it is said illusion, it means the way it appears, it's a limited aspect of what is. But it's not something else. So the concept is illusory to create separation, but it's not true. It's just a limited aspect, but it's it also. So there is nothing like real and illusion. Any inspiration, anything you would like to say, welcome. Yeah, please.
Good morning.
Good morning. There will be a mic, if you don't mind.
Thank you. Good morning. The search for unity comes from the mind.
Yes.
The call for the truth comes from the mind.
The call.
The call.
The call, yeah.
And then we have to discover that the mind is an illusion. It's not an easy equation.
That's why we are still here speaking about it. And I tell you, I don't think we will solve it. Except if you can hear that what you say is exactly that, and then you keep quiet once for all.
Say again, please.
You don't want to keep quiet, huh? That's why. No, if I don't remember now, but what you said, it was well said. I agreed with you, no? I think it's very, it's what you can tell. But then, knowing this, you just have to keep quiet from now. That's it. And whatever the mind will tell, it's whatever the mind tells, it's... So in that way, everything is that, in the sense that, it's that. There is no two. And everything is not that, because it appears as doer. It appears as doer. But in the appearance, it will not change. It's like that. So, knowing that, you just keep quiet. Forever.
Thank you.
Yeah. And this keeping quiet has no color. It's not a religiously keeping quiet. It is not an atheistic keeping quiet. It is not a cynical keeping quiet. It's just you keep quiet. It has no color. Yeah, please.
Good morning. I have a question. Right now in our society, we're increasingly more aware about the mind, and many people do therapy, psychotherapy, healing modalities, and so working with the mind in the level of consciousness, subconsciousness. And how does Advaita look and consider this kind of work?
There is not such a thing as Advaita, first of all. It is just an exploration in the world of appearance. And it's true that there is a lot to explore. Infinitely, actually. Infinitely. It's the way that which one never will know because one cannot possess it, expresses itself. Yeah. So the question was?
It was not a particular question. It was just to hear your, what you
Did you hear?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It's amazing because in the exploration of the duality of the becomings, it can go infinitely in the vastitude, in the maxi, or in the mini, in the infinitude, in the so, and it's endless, endless. So that is a very interesting for the mind to discover more, to know more about all what it can catch. But it has nothing to do with the search of who is the one who is searching, who is observing, who is exploring. That's another search, which is in the mind, sure. But it will not bring you in multiplicity, rather to really put the question, who am I? It is in the total soberness of the mind, because it is one pointed to the subject and not to an object. And the question disappears where it has been rising. So the answer to that question is exactly there where it disappears. And you cannot figure it out, otherwise you go back to the mind. So one keeps quiet, not as one, of course, but one keeps quiet. So it's far, far away from the beliefs that one has to get transformed in the manifestation to become more like a yogi, more like a saint, more like light, and all those suggestions of the mind. It's far, far away from that exploration, beliefs. Here, to put the question, who am I, you have to abandon all the beliefs. Otherwise it will not work. And that can be sudden, can be just now. And if you think that the beliefs will be left behind one by one, then you make a journey. And we can't help. It looks like everybody does that. I also did that. But in the end, it's a delay from the mind. It's a delay because we have cherished concepts that we don't want to touch. But in the end, you touch them because you have enough. Enough. Sorry.
Maybe you can speak more. It's not again a question, just a wish for you
More
to,
about what?
to speak. Because then this dualistic expression of life, it kind of, it's, at least that's how my mind perceives this, what you're sharing, that it stops being important, or it's unimportant, or it's like, it's important but on a certain level, and I feel I'm not completely, but I would like to be more clear on that, so maybe you can speak about it. Because you say that it's not about actually this journey, but it's, and the journey itself can be hindrance to this direct realization.
Mm-hmm. But there is a journey when you want to know something about the world, the universe, of yourself as somebody. Surely there is a journey there. So this I don't deny. But the satsang, if you see, if you come to satsang, the answer will be just not, it will not be the answer to someone. It will be an answer to someone, but to throw that someone back from where he rose. So it's a different kind of phenomena. And generally, it's after having explored quite a lot in this world that you see that the basic anxiety of the human being in front of death or suffering is not solved. You can be the best in a certain subject. It's not solved. At least not everybody will see that, but a few will have to observe. I'm still not complete, I'm still not really happy, even though I accomplished what I wanted in this world. Not everybody will feel so, a few. So here the satsang appears. So is it enough? You have to ask another question to make me speak.
I heard the comment sometimes not to touch the subject anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And
So it's what you do now, you touch the
Yeah.
subject now, okay.
but I see that I do touch the subject.
I see what?
I see
Yeah.
that I do touch
Yeah.
the subject.
Yeah.
So somehow I felt to ask, is not to touch the subject is something just now, or in fact it's something somehow that happens over time when one doesn't search, or I'm going in a kind of direction of
Of a seeker.
some, huh?
Of a seeker.
Yeah.
You're not tired?
So
What do you want to know exactly?
well, I see that this.
Yeah, maybe, can I say, if it
Yeah.
is that you want to mean that if we don't touch the subject, we are like anybody who never had a surge.
No,
Okay,
No,
so
no,
what
no.
do we mean?
I mean, But the seeker's totally gone, in fact.
The seeker is gone.
Yeah. I mean,
What do you want to say?
yeah.
I'm happy if the seeker is gone.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I could say I don't search, but maybe it's not true. But
How come you can say maybe?
because I'm with this question of not to touch the subject, which is...
Is it obvious that you have not to touch the subject?
Yes.
Then honor that.
Yeah.
Now, if there is a question which looks important, try to tell me exactly what it is.
That's what I try to do
Yeah.
now.
You see, you cannot decide, I don't touch the subject, because everybody hears that from the very beginning they come to Satsang. But one will do it with efforts, with force, and that will not work, at least for a while, and then it cannot work, because the mind is still very powerful. So when one doesn't touch the subject, it's just a consequence to have seen all his mind. I'm not going to again dig in the mind. That's all. So it's not an effort, it's just a consequence.
Maybe something about imagining some disappearance of certain kinds of thoughts, or
I would not try to expect that.
no,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Soon he will articulate words, but he already speaks a lot. Yes, sorry. Good.
How do you experience deep sleep?
Deep sleep. When I sleep, I sleep. When I wake up, I know that I had generally a very good sleep, but then I woke up. I cannot speak about sleep. Only in the waking state I speak about sleep. It's like, you see, when I say I had a good sleep, it's a description, it's not to sleep. You agree with that? Okay. So it's the same when you had a glimpse, oh, I know myself. But when you are in it, you don't speak. You are in it. But just after the mind interpreted, oh, I've been myself. I always have been myself. But for that, you need to be in the mind to speak about. You follow me? So when I sleep, I sleep. I guess you are a bit busy with the awareness in sleep or something like that. As it is not I who will know about awareness, when I sleep, he sleeps. He doesn't know anyway. Even in the waking state, he doesn't know what is awareness. It is not I who will be freed from the belief is real as somebody. You never heard that, huh? That's why that subject we speak all the time about, that we cannot know. It's not that we don't know because we are not yet arrived to the perfect expression. It's we don't know because we are it. And if one objectifies it by anything, it is in the world of its expression, its duality. So that's why when you are a seeker, you hear, you have to surrender. But you see, you have to surrender is the, let's say, the last effort, gesture someone can make. Otherwise you have not to surrender at all because you are always that. But you cannot figure it out. In that way, keep quiet. And I don't address to somebody. It's yeah, and also I address it to somebody, but it's not an obligation. It has to be the consequence in you to see that it's only the mind who speaks of ignorance and liberation. There was never something like that. There is nothing like that. Tell him. It's your friend, Tell me more if you need, you really tell me.
It's like awareness is not always here.
No, then you speak of something else. You speak about the concept you have of awareness. And that you have to drop.
Okay.
Please do.
Thank you.
Can you possibly search again if you drop the concept of awareness? Because you see, to have kept a concept of awareness is because you already gave up the concept of ignorance. So, very good. If you want to hear something about all this, you tell me. Sometimes you read books, so you can also ask me. It inspires. Yes. Where is the mic?
Ganga,
Yes, Pragata.
coming back to awareness. I reminded you yesterday that years back, when I was asking you for an advice, when I was about to go in the world, you had told me drop awareness.
Yeah, you were quite
And then
a fanatic of awareness.
yeah. So then I asked you, but how do I do that?
Mm.
And you said just do it.
Yeah.
So then I went into the journey and not knowing how to do it, but I trusted you.
Mm.
So somehow, I guess it happened.
Mm.
What I can say now is that this awareness that I have been quite skilled at
Yeah.
from all those years of
Yeah.
being a seeker of truth, and I've been good at it. I've been a very good observer, and
You're a very positive guy.
I
Yes.
don't know about that.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
had that.
So you are.
And then
Yes.
I dropped it, or at least it dropped. It's not that I dropped it,
Mm.
because dropping it would still be another doer, but somehow through trust, it happened. So, what I can see now is that this awareness that is learned through wanting to be realized is always through some doing. There's a doer
Yeah,
in
yeah.
between. In
Yes.
between
Yeah, you're right.
I and what is. Right? So now I'm not such a great aware guy anymore. Right? I don't have
That need to be.
the need to be absolutely aware at all times. Right? Sometimes I'm aware, sometimes I'm not, and I see it. And it's perfectly okay also not to be aware at times, as it is just what is. Right? So the awareness that comes through wanting is a filter, and I don't have that anymore.
You're a lucky guy.
Yes, I know. No, but it's better to know it, no? And then coming back to what Shunya was saying earlier, of
Because you understood what he wanted to say.
I think so, at that moment.
I think that he's very happy to hear.
But now I've forgotten.
Okay, tell.
I forget now. What was it?
Oh!
No, it was something. But it has something to do, yes, with the subject, right? Touching the subject or not touching the subject, being with the subject, and the understanding of the clear seeing that touching the subject will not do. Right? It's all about just keeping quiet. Right? Would this be called realization?
Ah,
Because when one realizes the total uselessness of it, one definitely keeps quiet. Right?
yes.
So.
Thank you. It was inspiring. It was inspiring.
Yes, but it is, huh? It is realization. It seems there is nothing more than that.
It needs realization?
No.
No, it doesn't need.
It doesn't need. It just is.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Otherwise we create again
Yes.
realized person.
Yeah.
That's not bad, but it's still a trouble. So have you been inspired, I hope? If not, you can complain, I hear
I could also add that you're a perfect inspirer.
We like to laugh.
I have one complaint. I took the mic because I just want to share that. Well, first of all, I have no questions, and for that I am for you forever grateful. There is today has been a lot of talk about subject. And I just have to say that since the beginning and even today, this sentence absolutely.
This what?
This sentence, wherever the word subject is mentioned, somehow I don't understand it. It's a language thing. Like when I realize now that even today, when people and you have been speaking about the word subject, that I seem to translate it always as a, like when you said once for me that be more interested in the subject, I took it like subject, like I guess like subject as a, like everything that is, or like a subject matter, or like the theme that we are here, like what makes us to come to satsang, or the kind of the.
You're still asking what we.
No, I'm just telling you that because I'm just kind of sharing that some sentences, you know, that you say have really, you know, I hear them and I have heard them and they really hit me. But this particular sentence that now I forget, that I have to. What did you
I
say?
think it's a lot of. I think we drop it.
Yeah.
We drop the subject.
The subject that this is a really kind of a practical question, in fact. But do you mean, like, as translation, subject as opposite of objective, or object? Is that how we?
It depends who is asking the question. I can say subject when I mean I am someone and this is to be questioned, or I say the subject which is never known. And you know, I have. It's not like a teaching. It's just a responding to the needs.
Yeah. And I got the meaning anyways.
So just drop it. It looks like you can drop it.
Yeah, I think so.
Really.
Somebody put the mic down. Okay, I can pass it. it on.
Take it. Good morning.
I noticed that when I listen to many stories from the past about many people in the Sangha here, I still believe often or wonder if I'm not supposed to live first, sort of like...
You know, you can live whatever you like. You can have a life. It doesn't matter at all. You have not to change your life. You just have to ask 1 second, who am I in your life? Don't change your life. Don't believe you have to get a special life. Just live your life. Hmm?
I wanted to say it because I want to trust more in what I hear from you than in those
Yeah, okay.
doubts. But I noticed that sometimes when I hear about life with Papaji, for example, for many years, that I don't know, I think I still believe that the result is also because of living a life like that or something.
With Papaji, you mean?
Yeah.
But you are here. I'm sorry, I don't look like
Sometimes you do.
I mean, everyone has the life he wants to live. Those who are here, like you now, you want to be more in Satsang. It's your life. Now, Satsang, what does it mean? 2 times a week. And it gives you tools like whatever strikes you, you bring it with you, whatever you live in between those 2 Satsang. There is a life too. Your life. It has not to be in a certain way. There is no rule for life, only the rules you give for yourself. But it should not be because you believe it will help you for enlightenment. Okay.
I think that is...
Yes, I know, but I have to tell you that again and again.
Thank you.
Yes, don't worry. It's really this sin. Some people spend life near Papaji and they still are not free. And some people had a glimpse of Papaji and they are free. It's not about the life, it's about the need, the fire you have to be free. And then you hear suddenly, oh, and that's it. And you have your life that you had before and you continued, but free, not searching anymore. Who is who and what that subject. You hear me?
Yeah, I think there's something still in my mind that I like to express. Because, and I don't know why I'm still reading those things, but sometimes I read, for example, like the purpose of a human life is to realize God, or... And I don't know why I have this doubt, but sometimes I see that I don't know, can't do it.
But why not?
I
What is the difference with coming to satsang because you want to realize God, or what you think? What's the difference? God is not in the clouds. Yes, you agree? Then what do we say in Satsang?
I think we say exactly that, but I feel here every time something like trying to I feel like here I try to not follow any direction, and I think with what I understand from them is that you need to perform or do or to sort of reach the goal of self-realization. So for me it's sort of too different.
But you listen to whom? To think that you have to listen to me only. Me and you. You and me.
That's why I thought to express it.
Yeah, of course. Let everybody tell. It was good for you, this expressed that way. Doesn't suit you, it looks. So you just listen what you hear in Satsang, that's enough. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay. And you do whatever you like with your life. If you want to have a life of a monk, have a life of a monk. If you want to have a life of an enjoyer, have a life of an enjoyer. Nothing will be an obstacle. And nothing special is needed. Because you are already what you want to, where you want to keep finally quiet. And anyway, the monks or the enjoyers are just expression of that itself. So why we find something wrong with the enjoyer or with the monk? It's just different expression of that itself. And in the expressions there will be a lot of differences. Sure, then what? That's the beauty. For those who don't know me, I am an enjoyer. And for those who know me, I am a monk. Doesn't matter.
I felt gratitude for you to express this last question, because I truly...
Ask your question, you
Yeah.
don't need to refer to it.
No, it's because for me it's also something that I
Yeah, but tell me then.
I guess the question is because it's still the mind, and one is in the search and identifies with the mind when, for example, coming in contact for the first time with the teaching or with the truth, and understanding that the premise that the mind was working on is kind of faulty, right? That you lead when we grow up, we have a certain idea about life or what is goodness, and then at a certain point you come in touch with something big or something that's true, and then everything that you base your life on kind of starts shattering, and some people choose to live this life and go become a mom, and some people choose to do something else, and yeah, that's why I referred my question to
But what's your question?
because it can be quite hard in this transition period when you understand like the life as you saw it deconstructs, and you try to still not lose your sanity or lose your kind of maybe balance in a way, because you still need this balance, right? So it's, maybe you can speak a bit more about, I think you spoke already by answering this question, but maybe you can speak a bit more about this, how to...
But this is the life of the seeker.
Yeah.
You see, he passes through so many experiences which changes his visions, his way of seeing things, his life or whatever. This is the life of the seeker. Yes, sure. Maybe not comfortable, but the uncomfort is nothing in front of the fire and the need to be free. So he will pass through. Yes. Till he can hear just now in his path. Don't make a pass, because you are already what you search. Did I answer? Doesn't look so much.
Yeah, in a way, I guess there's still something that it needs. Yeah.
Try to hear the answer without keeping anything that you like, and then after you can go back to it if you like. Otherwise, the answer falls somewhere else. It doesn't fall in your heart. Next time. You see, if we we ask a question in satsang, but we want absolutely to keep something, then anything will slip out because there is no space to enter. Huh? You see, you are young. Live the life your body needs to live, and that's my suggestion. And give a split second here and there to this, because I think it's all about that. Don't live the life anybody imposes on you. You live your life. Yes. Yeah. Only God, which is somewhere, or priest, or teacher, will impose you a certain way of life. Run away, unless you like it. But if you want to be free, you just run away. Yes.
have anyone impose
Yeah.
on your life. How do you if you've lived a life already,
If you are fed up, you change your way of life.
but if the conditionings are so
Sorry.
if the conditionings are
Yeah.
so deep,
Yeah.
it feels like a constant excavation,
Ah.
and it's very tiring.
Yeah, but that's why be freed from it. It's your birthright. Take it. Take it.
I can't argue with that. I want to do that, but it keeps coming. Keep coming back.
Then ask, who is conditioned? Who suffers? Who am I? Introduce that in your life. It will help you tremendously. Yeah?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, great.
Thank you.